Air signs, if you watch these videos every week, you will notice that we have a bit of a recurring theme for you. Now, it looks as though you are in the throes still of grieving a heartache or a separation or a disappointment of some sort. It doesn't have to be romantic, but sort of there's an anxiety there that is keeping you up at night. But the good news is you are healing from that. This is the repair of heartbreak and from separation. So you are on the move. You are, you're looking back at the past pain, but you are basically looking after yourself now and moving forwards. And the Hanged Man card in reverse says the same thing. You are no longer stuck. You're no longer feeling kind of just dangling in the breeze. You are, on your feet and you are walking away. You have really tapped into some deeper feelings here, so you are feeling a lot better in yourself now. And you might even be putting a lot of energy into your career, because we've got Mars showing up in the 10th house of fame, of your public reputation, of your career. So either, well, there could be some agitation there. Maybe that's what's causing a bit of anxiety this week. But you might just be really revving your engine when it comes to getting on in the world and improving your standing in public, or, really working at your career. What else can the universe tell us? Okay, so it looks as though you still may be feeling a little bit unsure about which way to go in the future. You might just feel like you don't have any clarity right now in the wake of a separation or leaving a job, whatever it was, something where you had a partnership of sorts in the past or something that made you feel very fulfilled. That is gone, and it's left you kind of feeling like you don't know which way to go. But the Fool wants you to remember that forward movement is really important, and you don't need to know where you're going on your journey. You just keep putting one foot in front of the other and your path will open up for you. It's about having faith in the brightness of the future, with a beautiful sun indicated in the card here. It is like, you are free to move in new directions, and that is the energy to sort of take with you. It is about summoning your power here, rather than maundering around and mourning what is lost. It is about taking control of your life and seeing it as an opportunity to step out in a bold new direction. So you are being urged to get out of your own head. Don't spiral around like a headless chook. It is about getting a grip. And if you are really just hoping to rewind the clock and get back to the way things were, you actually have the warning here that nothing will come of this situation. So it is better to move on, look forward, rather than try and rekindle past relationships or whatever it was. Now, the energy to lean away from, unfortunately, says exactly the same thing. This is the 10 of Cups. Yes, it's the 10 of Cups in reverse. So lean away from misaligned values or a relationship that was struggling, anything where you're trying to cling on to something that kind of fell apart because it wasn't working. Don't cling. It is about letting that go. Now, the energy to lean towards is the 7 of Wands. It actually came up in the reverse, and both ways have validity for you. So this is about actually using your vigor to move forward in life, to move onwards, regardless of obstacles, and really just, protecting yourself and guarding your sovereignty in a way. And in the reverse, it is actually about surrendering things that are obsolete. So give in. It is time to stop fighting uphill. It is time to fight for yourself, but not try and fight for the past. That is not what you want to do. You want to fight to go forward. And be okay with your deep emotions here. Really go there. Allow yourself to feel your feelings and let them flow through and out. Otherwise, you might get stuck in a loop if you're trying to keep your feelings at bay. Air signs, you might find it a little bit difficult to connect with your emotions from time to time. So the fear is that they'll take hold and they'll never leave, but that's not the case. You feel the pain and allow the pain to move through you. And if you like, set a timer and say, well, for the next hour, I will be fucking miserable. I will howl at the moon. I will cry into my pillow, whatever it is. And then just know that after that period of time, you will come out of it, or even sooner. So just play with an idea like that if you want to give yourself permission to really feel your emotions, and know that you can come out the other side, that they will move through you like a wave. Now, just remember that the diamond was created from really a lot of force, turning carbon into precious gem. And that seems to be what is happening to you. You are the phoenix. Now, this phoenix bird gets incinerated and turns to ash, but then rises again in its magnificence, because the destruction is not permanent. It is a painful transformation that actually unleashes the gem that is the most precious of all. So you might be going through it right now, and I'm not diminishing that at all, but just bear in mind that, wow, you are really coming out of this situation with a lot more strength and a lot more brilliance. Now on to our second topic for the week. Well, this week's special topic for all signs is the soul's yearnings. But when I pulled out the cards to get the flavor of what this was, it did really crack me up. This is like having a lot of things on your plate, having your focus split in a lot of different directions. And the card that came out with it was restlessness, with Mercury in the first house there. Mercury being the planet of communication, of course, and of learning. And the first house is actually all about you, how you project out into the world, your demeanor. And with restlessness there, it actually had me going to look at the astrology of the week. And wouldn't you know it, Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury, is changing signs. It happens once every 7 years. So reasonably momentous, shifting from the very last degree of Taurus this week into the much more scatty sign of Gemini, which is Mercury ruled. So as I tuned into the energies of this week, I actually did feel a bit jumpy. I felt electric, a bit like I'd had one too many coffees today, which I have not. It's this sort of almost a sense of unease, this sort of on edge kind of vibe. So I'm not really surprised that these cards came out. It's sort of like, yes, this is what I am feeling for the week ahead. And instead of soul's yearnings, I'm sort of seeing that as your focus, I guess, for the week ahead for all of us. So given that this is the focus, what does the universe want us to know about this? Well, the emotions are very, very heavily indicated this week, not only with the person of water coming out, which is water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but just generally the realm of emotions. And the King of Cups, which is the same energy, came out in the reverse. So this is about not feeling emotionally balanced within yourself, not feeling in a position to give or receive love. And it looks as though you are feeling a little bit trapped, and maybe a little bit like, not hopeless, but maybe your old dreams, especially when it comes to love and emotional commitment, are no longer kind of relevant or fulfilling, and you're wondering where the fuck to go next. You might even feel quite stupid about a decision you made in the past, or your past actions, or somewhere where you've ended up, or that's kind of what you fear, this kind of being vulnerable or sort of, open to mockery somehow. So that might resonate for some of you, but there is this energy here that is going to shift you on into smooth sailing. This is a luxury card, and it's easy progress. So if you have been feeling trapped, if you have been feeling restless, things might boil up and come to a head this week. Yeah, this is very much about the emotions. In the 7th house, the realm of partnerships, the moon there being love and your emotional state. It's the Cancer ruler, and it's in the 7th house. You really will be looking at the emotional caliber of your relationships this week, and if things are not the way you want them to be, it feels like you will have the opportunity to break free. And with Uranus at the moment actually conjunct Venus this week, the planet of love, if these two are impacting you in an easy way in your own astrological chart, that will bring a sudden surprising attraction to light. If it's challenging you in your own natal chart, then it might bring things to a fractious boiling point, a sudden split, like this is no longer good enough for me, this no longer works for me. And if it doesn't touch your chart directly at all, you may feel nothing, except maybe a bit of extra energy, electricity, or tension in the air, depending on your own natal chart. If you'd like me to have a look at your chart, I can do that. Go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com, because I do offer astrology readings as well, either just your birth chart or how the current weather might be affecting you. So yeah, this week, look out for emotional surprises. You want to get back into equilibrium because you might start the week feeling a bit upside down, and it really is happy relationships. You want to move in a more positive, more fruitful direction, and that opportunity will come to you this week. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. This is Sarah, as always, wishing you much abundance, love, and joy for the week ahead and beyond.